So what the heck is up with the Modern Nose Clinic? I've had 2 doctor clinics call us up last week, and they're both asking the same question, like, what are y'all up to, man? I want to learn a little bit more. So I made this video so that anyone else who contacts us in the future, I could just send this off, and we thought maybe other people might be curious. We've got a purpose, passion, mission. Some people call it the mission statement. We kind of think of it as our passion, and that is that we want people to live a life that you love. We want our patients to live a life they love. We want our staff to live a life they love. Well, that's nice, Dr. Skarada. Wouldn't everyone like that? Yeah, I think most people would like that, but that's our mission. That's our passion. And how do we do that? We have 4 core values, and we really live those core values. That I share them with you. The first thing is we think that we should elevate the experience. For the patient, yes, when they come in, we want it to be a special experience. We want it to be like going to Disneyland. Yes, Modern Nose Clinic, Disneyland, pretty much synonymous, right? But for real, any of you all who come through, the way the patients experience that new consult is completely different from anything that we've ever seen before. And they tell us that every day. So we want to elevate the experience for them, sure. But we want to elevate the experience for you all too. Because right now, the medical profession, whether you're a medical assistant, you're an administrator, or you're a provider, it's miserable. It's become a giant industry, and people are turning the cranks and trying to squeeze more productivity out of everyone. We think it's the wrong philosophy. We think we want more of a boutique experience and less of a conveyor belt experience. We want more Nordstrom's and less Kmart. So that's our first core value, is to elevate the experience for you and I, and also for the patient. And I think we bring it. Number 2 is we want to innovate to excellence. So this is really like a startup company, more than a clinic. And the clinic is kind of our laboratory where we try out our different ideas and perfect them. We try to create product market fit. We want to make sure that what we're delivering is what patients actually want. We're coming into it with a philosophy that medicine is broken and there's an opportunity to make it better. We have very specific ideas on that, and that's beyond the scope of this. So, and if any of y'all want to sit down with a cup of coffee and talk to me more about it, bring it. It'll be fun. I'll get up on my soapbox. Y'all can poke holes in our ideas, and we can all come out being a little smarter. So innovate to excellence. We have a constant iterative improvement, and almost every day and every week we're making improvements that translate into meaningful results. We're not afraid to try an idea that may not work, and some of our ideas have seemed like maybe they weren't working. We stuck with them, we persevered, and they ultimately did. One example is our tech company, which is now a full business into itself, as we call it Smart Care. Smart Care for medicine, but from that came Smart Care for allergy, which is a database system. We have a Smart Care database that really tracks all of our patients. It's able to communicate with our patients by sending out text messages and emails. It's got some artificial intelligence, and it's got a video-driven kind of technology with different treatment algorithms. Yeah, I can geek out, but I won't do it to you now. I'll spare you that pain. So that's our second one, innovate to excellence. And we have done ideas that don't work also, and we're not afraid to admit that and pull the plug. We're not afraid to invest money, time, resource, and then say it just didn't work. But usually we learn from it. So I feel like the innovate to excellence has been really crucial to our goal to live with a life that you love. So the third one is team. It's really all about team. You can always accomplish more as a team than you can as an individual. It is true that when the Modern Nose Clinic began, it began very small so it could innovate faster and be more nimble. In my experience, I was in a general practice, a general ENT practice with a group of multiple doctors, and it was kind of like herding cats. You wanted to kind of do a consensus strategy where everyone agreed with every decision, but that's almost impossible if you want to truly innovate. If you really want to change the way medicine is delivered, it's very difficult to have a consensus approach. So those of you out there in a group with multiple physicians, it's difficult because people have different points in their career. Have appetite for risk. At some point, you're going to be more risk averse. Other point, you're going to have more risk you're willing to take, but you may have less money invested in the practice. So do you really get an equal vote with that practitioner who has invested their entire career and they have their whole retirement tied up in the organization? So you can see understandably how it would be difficult to take too much risk. The second thing is, do all the people in that big group have an equal passion for the mission? And usually not. There's different people at different levels. Some people just want to be in every meeting to hear what's going on, but they don't really want to contribute in any meaningful way. They want to be able to vote and veto something, but they don't want to really put any sweat equity in. There's other people putting tons of sweat equity in. But if you got a person who's putting the finances in and the sweat equity in, and they've got a certain risk tolerance or willing to accept a longer term return on their investment, well, then you can innovate more rapidly. And that's basically what we did for the first 4 years of the Modern Nose Clinic. We're basically doing product development in our clinic, which is our laboratory, so we could come up with a new way of doing the whole clinic experience for patients. And we've tracked ourselves with our database to see whether or not it's working or not. And sometimes we learn errors in that tracking process. We want to be accountable. We want to prove. We want to have data that proves that our patients actually get better. So that's the Innovate to Excellence. That's a team. Now we're getting bigger. So yeah, team, you can accomplish more as a team than you can as an individual. And that's why we now have a clinic in Bellevue that will be opening this spring. I'm excited about that. We have the #1 balloon specialist in the Seattle area who will be part of our family, and he will definitely help to elevate our understanding of things. We look forward to that. We also are going to be hiring more providers for the Oregon clinics, and we're going to be opening additional clinics here. There may be also the possibility of adding on with a clinic acquisition, a clinic this year. So our team will get bigger, but it needs to have a culture match. We need to all be coming into this with our eyes wide open with the same idea in mind. So our team is now getting bigger, and that's one of our core values. So elevate the experience for the patient and the provider, innovate to excellence, constant iterative improvement, not afraid to take risks, not afraid to invest in it, because we want to create a new model, a new clinical platform that can be scalable and replicable. Number 3, a team first. We're going to get big now. In the beginning we were small, now we're getting big. Number 4 is we want to strive for perfection. But nobody can be perfect, right? Only God can be perfect, and we're not God. So if you strive for perfection, you fall short, you can still deliver excellence. So we think in medicine, too often people strive for mediocre, and when they fall short, they deliver something they're not proud of. So our 4 core values is how we believe that we help both our patients and our staff to live a life they love. Hope that was interesting. The last thing to say is our niche. What is our niche? Our niche is doing healthcare differently. Doing healthcare differently. So Dr. Douglas Skarada, Medical Director of Modern Nose Clinic, give us a ring, send a text, hook up through LinkedIn, and look forward to creating a mission with other like-minded folks. Take care.